Welcome to the Gifted Awareness Training for faculty, staff, and parents for the 2025-2026 school year. My name is Lisa Reniger, and I am the Coordinator for Gifted Education in Gadsden ISD. The purpose of this short training is to help you decide whether a child in your life is a high achiever or a potentially gifted student. This child could be one of your students if you are a Gadsden teacher, or it could be your own child who is enrolled in Gadsden ISD. A high achiever is a very smart and capable student in any grade from kindergarten through grade 12. A gifted student is also smart and capable, but has a distinct array of characteristics that set them apart from other children. Let's begin looking at the differences between high achievers and gifted students, which is the purpose of this session. Gifted children come in all shapes and sizes, and often are not who you think. A gifted child can be an underachiever or a child who struggles socially or emotionally. A gifted child can be disabled, speak predominantly Spanish, or come from a background of poverty. A gifted child can be from any race or ethnicity and have a variety of interests. Gadsden ISD strives to have a diverse group of identified gifted students. What does gifted mean? Children can be gifted when their abilities are significantly above the norm for their age. New Mexico recognizes 6 areas of giftedness: general intellectual ability, creative or divergent thinking, problem solving or critical thinking, specific aptitude or achievement, for example, math or reading, artistic ability, and leadership ability. Let's explore each one of these 6 areas to learn more about characteristics associated with each. General intellectual ability is the first of 6 types of giftedness served in the state of New Mexico. These are some characteristics that could be seen in a child with exceptional general intellectual ability. They might have highly developed short and long-term memory. Gifted children only need 1 to 2 repetitions of something to learn brand new content. The ability to use logic and reasoning ability to solve problems without relying on prior knowledge. The ability to learn new material much faster than their peers. Many gifted children already know much of the course content on the first day of school, which often leads to boredom. Next is the ability to make connections between concepts that are seemingly unrelated. This could look like switching topics during a conversation, but the child has made a mental connection between the prior topic and the new topic. They might show advanced spatial awareness, which is the ability to understand how your body moves related to the objects and people around you. An example is the ability to avoid running into things as they move around, or the heightened ability to judge distances when playing sports or other games. And finally, problem solving. Gifted students approach challenges with creative solutions to problems and can analyze situations from multiple perspectives. New Mexico serves creative or divergent thinking as an area of giftedness. What can this look like? Multiple perspectives refers to divergent thinkers can approach a situation from various angles, considering many different interpretations and possibilities. Flexibility. Gifted learners are comfortable with ambiguity and can readily shift between ideas, adapting to new information and situations. Originality. Gifted students with divergent thinking often produce novel and creative solutions to problems that others might not consider. Open-ended questions. Activities that encourage divergent thinking often involve open-ended questions with no single right answer, prompting students to generate a variety of unique responses. Here are some examples of activities that elicit divergent thinking. Brainstorming a list of unusual uses for a common object, creating a story with an unexpected twist, or designing a new invention to solve a specific problem. New Mexico serves problem solving or critical thinking as an area of giftedness. What can this look like? Abstract thinking. Gifted children can think conceptually and understand the underlying principles of a problem, not just the surface details. Higher order thinking skills. Gifted children can break down complex problems into smaller parts, identify patterns, and apply knowledge from different areas to find solutions. Curiosity and questioning. Gifted children often actively seek out new information and ask probing questions to fully understand a problem. This can look like excessive question asking. Innovative solutions. Gifted students often produce innovative and unique solutions to problems, not just the most obvious ones. And cognitive flexibility. Gifted children can adapt their strategies depending on the situation and are comfortable exploring multiple avenues to solve a problem. Here are some examples of problem-solving behaviors in gifted students. Developing novel solutions to open-ended problems, identifying hidden patterns in complex data, asking insightful questions to clarify a problem, evaluating the strengths and weaknesses of different solutions, or connecting concepts from different disciplines to solve a problem. New Mexico serves specific aptitude or achievement in the core content areas as an area of giftedness. What can this look like? Gifted students may show exceptional ability in particular subject areas such as mathematics, reading, writing, social studies, or science. They have a strong knowledge base and the ability to ask insightful, pertinent questions within the discipline as related to their same-age peers. They are capable of using the vocabulary of the subject and may understand advanced vocabulary above the knowledge level of their same-age peers. They may perform well on subject area standardized achievement tests. They may also know much of the content in the discipline before the school year even begins, so they may actually show boredom in a class if they already know the content. New Mexico serves artistic ability as an area of giftedness. What can this look like? Visual art. A student may show exceptional talent or ability in the visual arts, which includes things like painting, drawing, sculpture, and more. Theater. A child may show intense interest and ability in acting or performing in theater productions. Music. A child may show talent and ability in singing, playing an instrument, songwriting, or anything else within the realm of music. Dance. A child may show exceptional talent in any type of dancing or choreography. Finally, New Mexico serves leadership as an area of giftedness. What can this look like? Leadership ability means having exceptional capability or potential to influence, inspire, and empower groups of other people. Gifted children often exhibit strong leadership abilities due to their advanced cognitive skills, which allow them to think critically, solve problems creatively, and easily grasp complex concepts, making them natural initiators and capable of guiding others effectively. This can look like taking charge in group projects, offering insightful ideas, and demonstrating strong communication skills to rally peers towards a common goal. Gifted leaders often think about things on a global scale, like climate change or injustice, rather than focusing on one's own life. Gifted leaders are often outspoken advocates for themselves or others and may gravitate towards leadership opportunities at school, such as being a club officer, a peer tutor, or a safety monitor. Now that I know more about giftedness, I'm debating nominating a child for the Gifted program in Gadsden ISD. How do I know if they're really smart, meaning a high achiever, or actually might be gifted? The answer is in the degree to which the child displays certain traits. Let's examine 6 different traits through the lens of smart versus gifted. Let's take a look at some traits to see whether a child might be smart, meaning a high achiever, or could potentially be gifted. The first trait is questioning style. A high-achieving child might ask questions that actually have answers, whereas a gifted child might ask many questions about abstract and seemingly unrelated concepts. Related to learning speed, a high-achieving child favors stepwise learning, learning things in a particular order, while a gifted child might skip steps. Related to emotional outlook, a high-achieving child can get over their upsets more easily, whereas a gifted child might be disrupted by the intensity of their emotions. Related to level of interest, a high-achieving child is more curious than average students, and they like to know about things, whereas a gifted child might show intense curiosity and immersion in topics of interest, and they need a lot of details. For language ability, a high-achieving child has a high age-level vocabulary, whereas a gifted child can do things like wordplay, understand and create puns, have nuanced vocabulary, and talk above the level of their same-age peers. And finally, related to concern with fairness, a high-achieving child is concerned with fairness related to themselves, while a gifted child might be more concerned with fairness in issues on a larger or more global scale. Now that I've learned more, I think a child might be a high achiever, but not actually gifted. Now what? If you decide not to refer a student this year, gifted identification is an annual process. A student can be referred again next year, in any grade between kindergarten and grade 12. Sometimes an additional year or two of maturity often helps gifted characteristics to emerge. Keep encouraging reading and independent study of special interests. Now that I know more, I think a child might be gifted. How do I go about nominating them? Gadsden ISD uses a case study model to identify potential giftedness. This model uses between 10 to 15 qualitative and quantitative criteria to identify potential giftedness. Tests are only part of the big picture. The campus gifted assistance team will examine the case study and make the determination. If a child is determined to be gifted, they will then have a gifted IEP created and receive enrichment services. Now that I've decided I might actually like to refer a student for gifted screening, how do I go about doing this? A student can be nominated by a parent, a teacher, another campus employee, or the kindergarten through grade 12 student can nominate themselves. Any student in grades K through 12 can be nominated. A nomination leads to a case study, which is a 4 to 5 month process that includes testing. Nominations will be accepted from August 18th through September 19th of 2025. Nominations submitted after September 19th, 2025 will not be accepted. Late nominations may be submitted in fall 2026 during our next identification cycle. So with that, it's very important to keep in mind the nomination window and the nomination deadline. To nominate a kindergarten through 12th grade student for gifted screening, scan the QR code on the screen between August 18th through September 19th, 2025, or go to the web address that's on your screen. That will take you to the Google referral form. The completed form will start the 4 to 5 month case study process. A parent meeting will follow the nomination window to get consent for the case study. If my child or my student is chosen for the Gadsden Gifted program, what can they expect in terms of services? Gadsden ISD is hard at work enriching our gifted education program. Our goal is to provide weekly enrichment in elementary grades and special opportunities such as competitions, workshops, and field trips. In secondary, our goal is to provide a structured opportunity for gifted students to interact with one another and to provide college and career readiness support as well as social emotional support. Gadsden ISD also expects differentiated instruction to occur in the core subjects throughout the gifted student's school day. Differentiated instruction should never be more work, it is different work. An example could be allowing a gifted student to produce a different product than non-gifted students during the same lesson. Each gifted student has a case manager that ensures their IEP goals are being reached and that they are receiving enrichment services. The case manager often becomes an important person on campus for the gifted student to frequently touch base with. All students who enter the gifted program have a personalized, individualized education plan, called an IEP, written for them. This is a plan that sets goals for the year, tailored to each student's areas of strength or giftedness. Parents and teachers are involved in the IEP process, both at the beginning and each year thereafter. Thank you for your time and attention during this gifted awareness training. I hope that you learned more about the differences between high-achieving students and potentially gifted students. This knowledge base will help you make more informed decisions about whether to refer a child for a gifted case study. If you have any questions before deciding whether to nominate a student or your child for gifted, please reach out to your campus Gifted Assistance Team liaison, or you may call or email the Coordinator for Gifted Education at the email address and office phone number on your screen.